Barcelona have arguably been the top team across Europe this season. They won the Copa del Rey, La Liga, and their most prestigious trophy, the Champions League, after beating Juventus 3-1. Lee Phelps joins us now, William Hill's in-play radio host, and we're going to run through the possible trophies they'll win next year. Now, Lee, firstly, sum up Barcelona's season for us.
That was all right, wasn't it? Standard. No, it was amazing, unbelievable. I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit, Natalie, because I mean, to be fair, I remember we did a Champions League futures piece way back last season, and I went for Bayern Munich. I think you went. I thought it'd be a Bayern Munich Real Madrid final. I think you went for Barcelona. Or you were suggesting that Barcelona would be the pick for you, and I wasn't sure that Suarez and Neymar and Messi would settle in. What an idiot I look now. I mean, they've settled in so well. They look like best friends on the pitch. Not only have they settled in as players, they knit together so well. You know, Messi giving Neymar his hat-trick goal, Neymar not scoring when he could have a hat-trick and passing it to Messi. It's like, oh, what a lovely loving, isn't it, between the three of them? But they're so good. I mean, you know, just a joy to watch. We're watching the Copa America and seeing, you know, unfortunately Suarez isn't there because he's still banned internationally, but seeing Neymar's skill and Messi again on the pitch, it's just, what a team. You know, and with Rakitic and, you know, Iniesta in the midfield, you know, the defence has been phenomenal all season as well. Don't quite know how, but it has been. I mean, there's nothing not to like, is there really? What, you know, they're just brilliant. You know, from front to back, they look fantastic. You know, I don't know how they're going to add anything to that team.
Let's first start with the Copa del Rey. How important would it be for Barcelona to retain this title?
Not as important as the other two, I'd suggest. You know, it's winning the treble is fantastic, isn't it? I guess you wonder, you've won the treble, say, and then you think, well, you want to emulate that, don't you? You want to win it again, but if one thing had to give, then it would be the Copa del Rey, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
But the way they were playing this season, no one could touch them, could they? It wasn't a case of thinking, oh, well, will they win it? If they could replicate the kind of football they played this season, next season, they would win all three again. Simple. But it doesn't often happen like that. So I think that, you know, the Copa del Rey would be the one that would go, even though it's probably the easiest to win. That would be the one that would be sacrificed, I suppose, if they had to sacrifice one.
Yeah, right now we haven't got the odds for that, but we do have odds for the La Liga title. Obviously, Barcelona took the title off Atletico Madrid. The time they won La Liga was 2013. The last time they retained the title was over 3 years ago, and that was from 2009 through to 2011. Can they do it again next year?
Yeah, they can, obviously. I mean, I don't see anyone else challenging, really, those two. I think Atletico Madrid had that great season, of course, when they won it, and then I think they've drifted. I think it'll be very hard for them to pick back up again. Obviously, they'll look to make signings, but I think once that kind of amazing spirit between the manager and the players has slightly been broken, I think it then becomes quite difficult to retrieve that. So I wonder if the Simeone Atletico Madrid love affair is maybe seen its crescendo, and maybe we'll start to see maybe that not be quite as strong as it has been in the past. I don't see anyone else challenging for the title, by the way. I mean, I think, you know, Atletico Madrid did so well to break the monopoly of Real Madrid and Barcelona, but I think it'll be a little while till we see that again, actually, unfortunately for them. So, yeah, it's all about how much Real Madrid strengthen, isn't it, I think? And it's going to be really interesting to see what Rafa Benitez does at Real Madrid and who he brings in. They've got a phenomenal front line, but I think when I was talking just a few minutes ago about that Messi, Neymar, Suarez partnership and how they seem to get on so well together, Real Madrid's biggest strength is arguably their biggest problem as well, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo. You can't help but think that maybe he's the guy who can win them everything, but also has got such an ego that he's maybe inhibiting some of the other players. Whereas Messi brings players in and seems to be able to kind of say, yeah, you go and express yourself as well. Bale looks inhibited when he's playing alongside Ronaldo. You wonder about Rodriguez. Is Rodriguez the same player as we've seen him before? So if Ronaldo could kind of have, I don't know, not be quite as arrogant as he is, maybe they would have a bigger chance. I mean, I look at who they've brought in so far, and they spent a lot of money on Danilo, the right back, you know, from Porto, good player obviously. Marcelo and Asensio from Mallorca, but, you know, £3 million. Pounds. It's not like he's going to, you know, he's a youngster. I think he's a teenager, in fact. So there's no one really that you're looking at and thinking, wow, They may bring De Gea in as a goalkeeper, but that's not going to win you a title, is it? It might save a few goals a season, but it's not going to win you a title. It's not really the defence that wins you a title in La Liga. It's scoring the goals, you know. I think so. We have to wait and see. But if Real Madrid don't strengthen anymore and Barcelona have still got the same team, I don't see why Barcelona don't win it again.
Well, Barcelona are the favourites to win La Liga, 1.73 Bet365, Real Madrid 2.65, 888 Sport. Now, finally, the Champions League. They won this year's title after a stunning 3-1 win against Juventus. And the last time before that they won was back in 2011. The last time a team retained the title was back in 1989, and that was by Milan. So can Barcelona do it?
Yeah, never been done in the Champions League era, of course. So, you know, they can, obviously, you know, but it's no. And there have been some amazing teams, of course, in the Champions League era. The previous Barcelona team, of course, you know, the one that was brilliant before this one, they'd never retained it. And everyone must have thought at the time, you know, me included, oh, they'll win this again. They'll win this for 3 or 4 years running now, the way this team looked. You know, that team that had, you know, Xavi and Iniesta with Messi and everything, you know, all those great players who are now maybe coming to the end of their careers. So it's difficult. I mean, you know, it depends on who the big teams bring in. Now, Juventus, obviously, no one really predicted they would get to the final. So who will be the team who kind of come from nowhere and challenge next season? How much will Bayern Munich strengthen? At the moment, they haven't strengthened too much. Sven Ulrich and Joshua Kimmich have come in so far. They're not names that are going to set the Champions League alight. They're both from Stuttgart. You know, there's no one there for me that I think, well, Pep Guardiola's strengthened there. Does he need to change the team that much? The one team, I guess, who I think may challenge are Chelsea. Jose Mourinho factor. Now, can Chelsea stop Barcelona playing? Because that's what you're going to have to do. No one in Europe can play Barcelona at their game and win, in my opinion. Not over 2 legs for definite in the Champions League. So you really need to be able to go to Barcelona, shut them down, and then bring them back home and score against them and still keep a clean sheet against Neymar, Messi and Suarez. Maybe Jose Mourinho's got the magic formula. He's done it before against great teams. But it would need a defensive unit, I think, to stop Barcelona winning. And I think it's possible. You know, I think it could be done. I probably wouldn't back them on the prices at the moment. Actually, you know, it's not a bad price. I think it's 4.5, 72 or something around that.
That's right.
That sort of mark at the moment. Bit short for me at the moment, but I haven't really got an alternative, if I'm being honest. I'd rather wait and see who everyone recruits. The price won't be that much different by the time the Champions League starts. So I'll play a bit of a waiting game and see who Bayern Munich and Chelsea have got when the Champions League comes round.
All right, let's take a quick look here at the Champions League outrights right now. Barcelona 4.5, Bet365, Bayern Munich 6, Bet365, Real Madrid 6.5, Bet365, and Chelsea as long as 10, 888 Sport. The odds aren't out right now to bet on the number of trophies that Barcelona will win, but if you had to take a guess right now, what would it be? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
All right, you're going with 2. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, no problem.